Hi guys, this is just a continuation of the last lesson, so let's continue. In this problem we want to find the area to the left of z equals negative 1.82 and the area to the right of positive 1.82. So what does that look like? We want the area to the left of negative 1.82 and we want the area to the right of positive 1.82. Okay, so that's a tail. And if I look at negative 1.82, I've got negative 1.8 over to 2 is 0.0344. So that is this area right here. But if I think about it, since that's the tail on the other side, it is also the area right here, 0.0344. So I can just add those two areas together, 0.0344, and I get 0.0688. So that's easy if they're both the same value, okay? So let's look at one where it's not the same value. So you've got negative 2.51, the area to the left of that, and we want the area to the right of positive 3.01. Okay, so I know when I look up negative 2.51, I've got negative 2.5 over to the 1 is 0.0060. 0.0060. Now, since this is a little tiny area and it's 3.01, I'm going to go ahead and use 3.01 in the negative chart because it's going to give me a tiny area. So that's going to be 0.0013. So that is this tiny area, 0.0013. So my answer is going to be the sum of those two things, 0.0060 plus 0.0013, which gives me 0.0073. All right, so let's go to the next set of stuff. This is kind of going backwards, okay? So it says, find the area, find the z-score this time, such that the area under the normal curve is 0.93. And that should say that the area to the left under the curve is 0.93. So 0.93, if it's 0 or below, is going to be an area that is 0.5 or below. So 0.93 is going to be an area up here. So we're looking for a z value such that this whole big area is 0.93. All right, so that kind of goes backwards in our table. All right, if you look at the values in this chart on the negative side, they only go up to 0.5. So it's not going to be a negative value, and that's how you should be able to tell that. Okay, so we need to go to this chart where the numbers are above 0.5, and we want to find the value that is closest to 0.93. Okay, so we want to look in the table for 0.93 where it is closest to. Okay, so it flips from 0.92 to 0.93 here. Okay, now you kind of have to know your addition and subtraction is what I'll say. 92 is 8 away from the next number, whereas 9306 is 6 above, or 6 above the number below it. All right, so if this is 8 away from 0.93 and this is 6 away from 0.93, this one is closer. Okay, so we'll go with this value. So when you look it up, you're going to get 1.48. So this Z value is 1.48, and that would be your answer. Z1 is equal to 1.48. Okay, so let's do another one of those. This time, it wants to know that the area to the left is 0.34. Okay, so now that value is below 0.5, so we know that it's somewhere down here, 0.34, that the area to the left is 0.34. So if I go inside the chart, I'm going to use the negative chart this time, and I want to find the area that is closest to 0.34. And let's see, 0.34 flips right here. So here, if I look at 0.3372 is 28 away. Here, it's only 9 away from 0.34. So we're going to go with this one. So it's closer to that one. So it's going to be negative 0.41. So, not that. This is 0.34. And my Z value is negative 0.41. So my Z score is negative 0.41. Now again, I can change the rules around just so that it's not easy to look it up in the chart without doing something first. Okay, so let's look at the next one. It says we want to find the area such that the area to the right is 0.98. All right, so you kind of have to think of the opposite way. So an area that is to the right that is above 0.98 says that my answer is going to be somewhere down here so that I get a big area. That's 0.98. All right, so we want to go inside our table, and even though it's an area to the right, to be able to get the area to the left, we know we would subtract, so we can do 1 minus 0.98 and get 0.02 so that we know we're going to get a negative number. So I want to find the area in the curve that is closest to 0.02. And if I look at 0.02, it flips right here from 0.01 to 0.02. So it is 3 away here. It is 2 away here. So my answer is going to be the closest one. So it's negative 2.05. So my Z score is negative 2.05. So that would be our answer. Okay, let's do one more. We have the area to the right, which is 0.03. We know that's a tiny area. So that's 0.03, which means the area to the left, so I can get in my chart, is 1 minus 0.03, which is 0.97. So we want to go to the positive chart and find the area that is closest to 0.9700. And if I look here, it flips from 0.96 to 0.97 here. Okay, and it is 6 above, 1 below. So we're going to go with the 1 below, so that's 1.88. All right, so 1.88 would be our answer. Z equals 1.88. Okay, now the next one adds a little bit more to it. So let's look at that. It says that the middle 87%. Now, What does that mean? That means in the middle, we want 87% of the stuff. So that is telling me that the middle is 0.87. Okay, now that leaves some area. I can't subtract it from 1 because if I subtract it from 1, it is going to give me these two areas together. So 1 minus 0.87 is 0.13. But wait a minute. I know that this is a symmetric graph. So if this is the middle, these two are the same value. Okay? So each one of these areas has to be the same. So what happens if I can divide this by 2? So if I take 0.13 and divide it by 2, that gives me 0.065. If that area was 0.13 divided by 2, it's 0.065. And if I added up all three areas, that would give me my total area of 1. Okay, so I'm looking for the value 0.065, which is going to be in the negative chart. And we want to look for the value 0.065. Okay, so I get 0.64, 0.6065. It is 3 away here, and it is 5 away here. No, wait a minute, I'm crazy. It is 7 away here. It is 5 away here, so we'll go with this one. So it's negative 1.51. So that says this is negative 1.51 here, and this is positive 1.51 because it's captured in the middle. Okay, so let's do another one of those so I just know you have it. All right, we want the middle 95%. So that says what goes in the middle is 95%. Okay. That says that the two tails are 1 minus 0.95 or 0.05. And that means each little part is 0.05 divided by 2. Which is 0.025. 0.025. Now we can look in the table for 0.025. And when you look in the table for 0.025, oh, we happen to land right on it. Okay, that is the value negative 1.96. So that is negative 1.96 here and positive 1.96 here. Okay, now the next one is kind of just a mathematician's way of being lazy and writing things the way they want to write them. Okay, so the value of z sub 0.08 is telling you that this is the area to the left. Okay, so we know that the area to the left of the number is 0.08. Okay, so we want the value that is closest to 0.08. And if I look in this table, the area that is closest to 0.08, where it flips, is right here. So it is 7 away here. It is 8 away here. So we're going to use the one that is 7. So it's negative 1.41. Okay, so the z value is negative 1.41. All right. You're going to come back to this later when we do confidence intervals and hypothesis testing, knowing that this is the area to the left. Okay, so if I want to look at another one just for practice, z sub 0.63, we know has to be an area above 0.50. with the area is above 0.50, which is going to be a positive number. So if I look at 0.63, knowing that this is the area, I'm going to go to the positive chart where it is 0.63. And I can see that it flips from 0.62 to 0.63 here. It is 7 away with this one. It is 31 away with this one, so we'll go with the one that is 7 away, which is at 0.33. So this Z value here is 0.33. Okay, I'm going to end this video here because that's kind of all the mechanics. The next set of videos will be the actual application problems, and we can work through those together. Thanks, guys.